everyone. This is OJ. Yeah, I'm not even sure if we're gonna do a show, have a show, do a show. Yeah, we're just booting up the computer, and I didn't even have my coffee yet. So don't talk to me till I have my coffee. I'm a little cranky. You know what I mean? So I don't like it when that wife of mine tries to tell me what to do. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. My name is OJ. It's OJ in the morning. Yeah, like I said, I don't even know if we're gonna do this or not today. Yeah, you know what I mean? So nobody talks to OJ that lies about it. How could you do that in good faith? How could you do that in good faith? Okay. You know, so yeah, like I said, I'm not even sure we're going to do this today. We'll let the people decide. Like I said, the coffee's going down. I don't know if you can hear it percolating, but yeah, we got to go. So with that being said, yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of mixed if we're gonna do this or just shut it down. But it depends on you guys. So you let me know if we should shut it down. If not, then we'll keep going. But it's up to you guys. I just work for the people here. You know what I mean? you know. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, I'm doing something here. I'll be right with you guys. You know what I mean? Uh, So, yeah, you know what I mean? So, waiting on the coffee, and I don't even know if we're going to be doing you know what I mean? So, I'm busy today. I'm working on the Dodge. So, we'll see. We'll see. Well, nothing's off the table. I got laundry to do today. I got to work on the Dodge. Yeah. So, well, it is what it is. There's really nothing I can control if we're going to do this, go on or not. But I do what the people want. So let's see what Tony has to say. It's Tony Chase.
And how you guys doing? And charge these people for their Joe Dirt hostage game, and these people trying to steal from my parents' estates. And these people,
Right, and they've been doing this for years, stealing from the parents' estates, calling them Mark Ray. How could you do it in this country with this Constitution, with the Bill of Rights, with the Magna Carta? How could you do it in good faith?
people are trying to call me some trashy backroads hillbilly kind of person. I've never been those kinds of people.
Right, they do that because they're detracting. They're the hillbillies. They're the plowboys. They're the ones. They're the criminals, and we will prove that in a court of law. I decide who's guilty. You show me the man, I will show you the crime. And off to Siberia. We got forests that need to be deforested. All right, we got tunnels to make. We got ice to chip. We got lots. A lot of work to do. So we'll see.
People, nothing. People are people, and some come from different backgrounds. This is not about, that kind of thing. It's about these government people trying to steal my identity.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know who got struck, Melvin. Who was it again? There's too many strikes lately. Everyone's striking. I'm against people striking. Only thing I want to strike is strike gold. But yeah, no. But I don't know. I don't know who's striking who. I think somebody said they struck the Tukey. I'm against that. So good comment. Okay, let's see if we can fire this back up. Coffee's almost done. I don't know if you hear it in the background. You know what I mean?
them holding me hostage, them stealing millions of dollars from me, or them stealing millions or billions from my parents' companies or my mother and father's estates or whichever. These people trying.
Okay. Oh, the potato was struck. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I can't keep up. I thought it was Tukey last week too, so this must be a fresh one. And yeah, so not cool. Hit the like and subscribe, everyone. We'll keep going here. As soon as I can find the screen, I only have one monitor, so it's a little challenging. We're up for the challenge. You know, I mean, if John Kennedy can give his life for this country, we could work with one screen.
Trying to steal bank accounts and trust funds. You know, these people have to get ordered into court. I've not received any letters from anywhere. Obviously, I need to move to a better place where I can receive postal mail. Obviously, the thieves are controlling the postal mail in this area. And they were obviously controlling the postal mail in this area back in the 80s, too.
Right.
The thieves. The people that kidnapped me.
Gotcha.
That's the trailer for the Joe Dirt movie. Alexa, pause. Alexa, pause. But, you know, in reference to, they supposedly had a Joe Dirt Day kind of court case about these people trying to call me some hick.
Yeah, I don't like it when they try to call him a hick. Going too far, brothers. Bro Dizzle, nice to see you again. Thanks for stopping by, of course. I like that you're always here in the Stableverse. Let's see if we can get back to the video. My coffee is almost done. I might be in a better mood when I get some coffee.
Or hillbilly or some type of redneck or something. You know, I'm from the big city. Do you guys know that? Basic information. I mean, my parents owned farms too, but you know, New York City, LA, Chicago, how you guys doing? Texas, hello, how you doing? You know, basic points of information. Hello, Europe and England, France and Italy and Asia and friendly countries. You know. Hello, Mexico.
We did not know that, Tony. That's a good, that's a lot. You know what I mean? That's a lot to absorb right now. So, well, yeah, that's a lot of land, though. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Mexico, friendly countries. You know, basic point of information. You know, but these government people are obviously, look at what they've tried to call me. These government people slandering my character. Obviously, these people come from that background of where
I'm going to go ahead and grab my coffee. Be right back.
They've tried to label me based on their past history of where these people was raised at or where these people came from, slandering my character. These people held me hostage in this neighborhood to mess up my looks, to accuse me of things that might have went on in the neighborhood on any given day or something. This is way too much satellite terrorism, way too much satellite tracking, causing facial distortions and deformities. Look up the information of what mansion I'm supposed to be at. You know, my parents had it on record where I was supposed to be. All these people that are trying to control my life, you know, them holding me hostage, them stealing from my money or my accounts or paychecks, or people trying to alter hours on paychecks or whatever. Because, you know, on my paycheck, it was like I worked for like 40 hours or something, close to 40 hours. Or it said for like 1 week, it said 41 hours or something. But then I looked at it again, and then it said like 33 hours or something, like somebody, or 26 hours. Like they stole out.
You can't get around, unfortunately, the tax man, Tony. So, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but tax man, can't get around the tax man. So, we feel your pain, brother, though. You know what I mean? So, but tax man will get his taxes, I tell you what.
Hours that I worked or something. Or something. I don't know. But, or somebody had adjusted the paycheck where it was paid as if I were
New York State tax man. And if we find out it's a satellite man, there's going to be more consequences.
worked like 30 something hours. And then they made it like half the hours, like 26 hours. Like it was close to 40 or something. And then they cut the hours in half and made it look like 26 hours. So somebody did this on the app too, where it looks like either they're claiming I was paid more on the hour than what I was getting paid, or they altered it some way. Like, for instance, like I worked like 40 hours and then
Yeah, it'd be nice if he said where you worked, wouldn't it?
looked at the pay scale, or not the pay scale, but I looked at the hours, and it shows what they had paid me if I'd worked like close to 40 hours at the particular wages, which is not very much of what I worked. And then it was like they cut the hours in half, I guess, to make it look like I worked at a higher pay rate, but fewer hours, which is not true. I worked like the particular hours, like 30 something hours, but then somebody had on the app had changed it down to 26 or something, where that makes it look like I was paid a higher rate per hour than what I'm really getting paid. So I don't know who's doing that. So you know what I mean? You understand?
Yeah, he could work at the muffler shop. You know what I mean? I know he's worked some retail, and he was a truck driver. Not sure what else he's doing.
And that clearly, it's like I worked like 40, almost 40 hours, and they paid me like, say if I was making $15 and something an hour, that's what that would accumulate to being like that particular amount. But then I looked at the app again and it showed like 26 hours. Was 26 hours would mean like 20 something dollars an hour.
Yeah, imagine you work with this guy and you're his boss, and you gotta like break it down how his check is and all that stuff.
Hour. But that's not what I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? Like somebody had altered it and tried to claim that, or they're trying to make it look like I was paid more money on the hour by cutting the hours, but still having a 30 something hour paycheck at that lower rate. They're messing with my mouth when I'm talking to. So you understand? I know if you're an accountant, you know what I'm talking about. You'd be like, okay, yeah, this. Oh, you see, now that looks like what. And you know, my mother had account information where she would add monies to my paycheck, even when I worked at Showbiz Pizza here. But I never received none of the monies, not even one time. And it was monies in the thousands per week. And these people have stolen it all the time. And there was another time that one year I was held hostage here around a Christmas time or something. My mother went out and spent like either $100,000.
We hope, we hope you get, raised, Tony. That's all we can say.
Or $300,000 on Christmas presents for me. Well, it might have been 100,000. And these people stole every single Christmas present and Hanukkah presents.
I agree with Fro 100%. Being his boss would suck. Being his coworker would rule. No, you're good, Fro. I love you here, man. Yeah. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. I think you're the one who drinks tea, I think, right? And yeah. So we'll keep the video going here, you know what I mean?
Back in the 80s, when they held me hostage one time around Christmas time or something. Does anybody have any information on that?
No.
Like a YouTube video is all got to be in social media. All these things got to be in social media because these people are covering everything up every day.
All right, Black Tea, brother.
Playing their tricks every day, and they're still hitting me in the face and teeth with satellites at work. And
no, I was sorry to cut the video so much, but I was upset. Not crazy upset, but I went to the Dollar General the other day, and I was telling you about the tea. I accidentally got the black tea and thought it was coffee. I was drinking, I'm not paying attention, and it was tea. And I'm like, this is pretty good. I had to look in the garbage and see what it was, and it was black tea. So I was looking for it again at the store, and they didn't have it. I was disappointed. I'm sure bigger box stores will have it, but is the tea pods. I could have bought the old fashioned tea, but I just never drink it that way because it takes an extra few seconds. But if it comes down to it, I'll buy it the old fashioned way because I don't really feel like going to 4 different stores trying to find the tea pods. But I digress.
I haven't received nothing. And obviously they need to publicize the information about certain financial standards that my parents paid for me. Like certain accounts my parents had specifically made for me.
Right.
Because I'm the only child of my parents. And this government man would say, he thought the metal in your teeth, you'd have to give it to your children. No, the metal in my teeth was given to me and put in my mouth by my biological parents because I'm the only child of my biological parents.
Right. Yeah. Bro says we're on to something, fam. The world is getting hip, hence this scarcity. Is that the black tea? It's definitely good. Which
It's not for the children, any children that I would have. You understand that?
Right.
My parents personally put the metal in my teeth. My father was a dentist too. My mother was a dentist too. They were both dentists and physicians' acknowledgments. So in reference to these people trying to steal the metal from my teeth or trying to damage my teeth, claiming they thought they'd make their own decisions about your 100% royal status when they made these half hermaphrodite stolen children. No, you have no power at all, and neither do they. And they could be arrested for damaging my teeth, and so can you.
And they should be.
And then that man will try to communicate something like, well, he's not arrested yet.
Yeah, we joke, but they should be arrested. You know what I mean? You can't go running around stealing from Tony and
well, what race are you? Are you German? You probably wouldn't.
Here we go with Germany. Keep your eye on Germany.
Be arrested by Germans. Maybe the French military, the Italian or Russian military can arrest you. Because my parents did business internationally with several countries. And most of those countries can have a court case against you and order you to be arrested for your physical assault and your crimes of stealing from me. And if you stole from them that tried to send me money, you have to go to court no matter what, government man.
Yeah, that government man, I tell you what. Yeah, he's nothing but trouble. Okay.
And hello, how's everybody doing? And hello in reference to TV shows and movies and celebrities and entertainers from like the 80s and before and the 90s or whichever. If you're a celebrity that is a friend or has known me in Hollywood, there are all protocols in the media. So all the celebrities that are Hollywood A-list are supposed
to... just a reminder, this is OJ in the morning. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. Hit like and subscribe.
To know who I am. And the directors and writers and the Screen Actors Union. I don't know if I haven't received a letter from the Screen Actors Union or any information at all. They were supposed to send me a copy of my Screen Actors Guild card from when I was little in reference to my biological parents.
I guess from what other videos have said, I guess he did some child acting in real life when he was little, so that part is kind of true. At least somewhat.
I didn't receive it. The Screen Actors Union might have been here to the house. They probably know where I'm at. I don't know. but they were supposed to make daily reports. Like if they sent me a letter or they tried to send me an email, I haven't received it.
You gotta keep it on them, Tony. You know what I mean?
And whoever, these people must have set up another server, computer server somewhere that intercepts all my stuff, and then they send all the junk email to me or something or whatever. But I haven't received any personal messages from anybody that's a celebrity. And, you know, if you're like a 80s celebrity, most of them know me. Some of them might have known, or if I was in movies with people as a female actress or as a male actor, you know, like 80s movies or something, go ahead and say it. Make a YouTube. Like, oh, yeah, we seen.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet to see Tony. And, you know, I think he did some commercials. I don't know about acting. Maybe.
Little Doris or Little Walter or Mark or Chase, you know, and, you know, I hate the name Mark Ray. It's not my real name, and I hated it. I've hated it the whole time. It's some government man that made that shit, which he claims he thought the Mark Ray name outranked my royal birth name because he's some Nazi that made the Mark Ray name. I'm not German in any way. My mother had a court case about them calling me Mark Ray. That court case was on video, wasn't it? Didn't they videotape that court case? In the transcript.
And, you know, it sounds like they didn't respect the court case, even though he probably won.
Scripts from the stenographer. Those transcripts need to be published in the media. On a website.
Well, yeah, you can't trust the media either.
Right. But in reference to celebrities, or if a celebrity that knows me or wants me to be in a movie, go ahead and make a YouTube video, or a director or producer, or if you're a musical artist that knows me, a celebrity female or celebrity male that's a friend, make a YouTube video.
And yeah, I agree with that. Well, Dale, they had no rights to do anything with Tony Chase. It's all illegal what they did. So,
hey, I'm trying to get in contact with you and making a video. I don't know if you've seen these other videos. I might have made some. I didn't receive anything. No, you know, because it's on the record and you can sue the government for illegal censorship and hostage crimes, you know.
Right.
And in reference to these people that are stealing from me, I can't be friends with none of them.
Right, right.
Every person that I'm friends with has to go through a background check. Always.
I mean, that's a good policy. You know what I mean? You got to clear out the riffraff.
They have to find out if they're tied in with some political party of America, or if they have a dirty history in the past, or what something is, you know. Whether they've been buddies with some former government man or CIA man or FBI.
Make sure they're not with the USSR, the Russians.
Man, because I can't be around anybody that's friends with CIA man or FBI man, you know, or any other particular branches of government, you know. I mean, there might be some governors and mayors that are friendly with me, but I haven't received any letters from them either, or any emails. Like,
right. Well, you never know. Keep your inboxes open, Tony. Hey, Articulate John, how you doing, brother? Backdoor check, yo, hey yo. And Froze says, Insane Clown sued the FBI. Here in that movie, didn't go well. We will look for that, brother.
You know, hello, Gretchen Whitmar. Hello, governors and mayors that are non-communist, that understand the information about what type of situation this is. But I'm still working at the job. Most people know where I'm working at. I know there's probably been some mayors or governors that have probably went into that store and spent hundreds.
Let us know. Oh, it's a store, brother. It was probably a retail store. He'll tell us one of these times.
There are thousands of dollars, and maybe left a letter or a note or something. I never got it from anywhere at any of the jobs I ever worked at. No, I've not received nothing. It's almost like me working at a job is almost like nobody delivered nothing, or nobody sent nothing, or nobody left a message for me anywhere. The Raw Protocol's in the media 24 hours a day. It's in New York City. It's on every TV in America. It's there for a reason.
Oh.
And I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions, and I've not received any letters from any of the maids or butlers or the lawn care or anybody.
I hope the letter's in the mail, Tony. You know what I mean?
And I'm supposed to have a limousine 24 hours a day. Look at all the stuff I'm supposed to have on a daily basis. These people are blocking me from living my rightful life that my parents provided for me. And don't forget, I was a child celebrity, so I made a lot of money as a child celebrity. And I'm a celebrity forever. So, you know, these people trying to steal my wages from movies. And that Raw Protocol is very important.
Oh.
It's a document that, you know.
Right. Yeah, we'll check it, though, Tony. You know what I mean?
Has financial value, which acknowledge that I'm supposed to get certain amounts of money from everything that's on television. You know, some people have computers.
Frank, how you doing, brother? So that's where he cut it off. I didn't cut it off. He cut it off. Let's see what else we got. Tony Chase. What y'all? How you guys doing? It's OJ in the morning, brother.
And how you guys doing? You know, this is very important in reference to the crimes of toxic people, such as satellite controllers terrorizing my life, government people trying to steal my identity, people trying to steal property and land, people trying to cover up factual, already documented facts. Like this person trying to change things with his abuse of power in government, manipulating documents that are copyrighted, manipulating people, tricking people, trying to manipulate.
Wrong day to mess with the copyright law, brother. You know what I mean?
The facts of law. You know, this is very
I was going to say the facts of life, brother.
interesting. You know why these people haven't been stopped, I guess you'd say. Not interesting in that perspective, but, you know, these people should have been stopped a long time ago because they had no right starting in the first place. You know, these people try.
So Dabble Dale says he's a satellite controller. I apologize, Tony, for burning your whatnot. That's nice to apologize. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure Tony does too. Hey there, Dr. Huge. How you doing there, brother? This OJ, yeah, you know, we're trying to get some coffee on the side. We're out of tea, but we got, you know, we need my coffee before we get going too much. You know what I mean? I hope everything's good with you.
Trying to play their charade, their impersonators, their manipulators, their crimes of these people in government. They think that since they're in government, they thought that nobody.
Yeah, I'll read these comments here. You know what I mean? Frank says, yeah, I'm good. Were you offended by Scarlett's response when KB showed her a still of you? As you probably know, I have you in the top 3 hottest, which hot in the Jailverse a long time. I'm assuming she didn't like the picture of me. You know what I mean? So, yeah. No one sent me a clip of it. I think Borgo said it wasn't great either, but you know, you gotta really go and swing into offend me. I've heard everything, you know what I mean? But I appreciate the comment. Right. Hey, Fro. All right, what are we doing again? Yeah. Let's see if we can find the video again. Okay. What are we doing again? Okay.
Nobody had rights, even though there's a constitution in America and other historic facts of why there's laws in this country. You know, in reference to any of my mother or father's companies, if anybody has experienced any of these people showing up at the companies and falsifying and trying to claim that they were owners or falsifying that they thought they were going to buy the companies are never for sale. They're all protected by dynasty trust facts and royal hermaphrodite law, which is a law of protection, and rare genetic protection laws. You know, so many laws. And these government people trying to play these tricks with their abuse of power, they think that since they're in government, that they thought they would change things with their Nazi handwritings or their
Nazi. Thanks for your support, everyone. I'm not really into hookers anyway, so it really wasn't gonna happen there. You know what I mean? Let's go back to the program.
Typing or their Nazi control of other people's lives and properties in America. When this country's constitution is set forever, it cannot be changed, and no matter who comes into the country, they're not allowed to change it to cater to their opinion or to cater to their ways of theft. If they can't follow the Constitution, they can't be in this country. So, these people trying to play their tricks and manipulations, why are they doing it? How'd they stay in office to do these things?
They play dirty tricks. You know what I mean? It's not right. It's not fair, but, that's how the world is. Dirty tricks.
They have no legal grounds to stand on. But, back to the point of any of the companies of my mother and father and grandparents, any of these people that tried to overthrow or tried to hijack any business locations or properties or residence locations, hopefully people made police reports, because those people need to get ordered into court for what they've tried to steal. The activity of people acting as if they claim they didn't do nothing, but yet they're caught red-handed.
And then they try to lie about it too, so it doesn't really help.
Every time they've done things, or they've tried to say that they didn't know it was illegal to mess up another person's looks for their personal gain. There's laws. It's illegal to tamper with another celebrity if it's an organization of criminals that are working for any branch of government. It's illegal to work for a politician to try to damage people's careers or lives. And the media, I'm the rightful owner of my mother and father's media companies. Anybody that has conspired against me has to get ordered into court. Anybody that tries to manipulate, anybody that tried to ruin my career, anybody that tried to wish harm on me, those people need to get ordered into court. I have nothing to do with these people. I'm the owner of the companies. Somebody might say the rat race of people battling each other or competing with each other on certain levels of certain things has nothing to do with me. I'm from the top of the companies.
Right.
I'm the owner of the companies of my mother and father and grandparents. So somebody trying to put somebody in a situation.
Right. Yeah. There's no debut, it's a confirmed fact that you're the owner. You know what I mean? So the government man, he's got to meet his justice.
Of the marathon rat race of people, trying to psych each other out, trying to play tricks and things like that. I'm not in that class of corporations. I'm the owner of corporations. I'm the owner of companies. So somebody would say, oh, they claim that they were in competition with you. And what? Being the owner? There is no competition.
Right. There's only one owner, and his name is Tony Chase, brother.
I'm the rightful owner. There's no way for any of the executives or any shareholder to ever be the owners of the companies. I am the only owner of my mother and father's companies forever. And I'm the owner.
Mike V, how you doing, brother? It's always good to see you. Like I said, we're drinking our coffee and our tea over here, and we're having a good time. You know what I mean? So glad you're here, whatnot. And, these are facts.
Owner of my grandparents' companies. So in reference to people trying to play tricks, trying to manipulate, trying to play this game of endangering my life, these people acting like they were trying to push me out of the companies. No, those people have to leave. I'm the owner.
They should hang their head in shame too. Am I right? You hang your head in shame. You wait for your prison sentence.
So in reference to anybody trying to play these types of tricks, or anybody trying to play situations or victim of circumstances, no, that's not how things work. I'm supposed to be in the executive offices. I'm not supposed to be the janitor. Do you understand what that means?
we respect your authority, Tony, and we look forward to your more wisdom.
So in reference to people misrepresenting my title and my position at the companies, those people are going to have to get fired. Those people are going to have to leave the companies. Anybody swindling, scamming me, or trying to block me from my benefits of being the owner, trying to claim, well, they thought since you were the owner that you'd spend your revenues instead of using your perks at the company. That's not your decision making. My perks at the company are mine.
Right. Yeah, you can't try to micromanage Tony. If you want to use his perks, you let him use the perks. You don't get in his way and lie about it, laugh about it, joke about it, and then lie about lying. That's what liars do. And liars can be tricky nowadays, and Mike V agrees with that.
My rights of ownership are mine. Nothing's ever going to be for sale, no matter where anybody comes from. I'm the owner of the companies. Products are for sale on shelves in retail stores. But, the corporate offices, I'm the owner of the corporate offices. Do you understand that? So in reference to anybody misrepresenting their position at the companies, trying to step on my position, and then they claim that some politician said that they thought they could do that. No, there is no.
Yeah, we're not going to let them do that. All they do is lie.
There is no.
Like Marcia Clark and her lies.
No political thinking they could do these things to steal from me. And in reference to any politician that doesn't support the fact of my rights of ownership, they have to.
Sounds to me like a liar. Somebody like Mark Furman up there on the witness stand singing like a choir boy. Generally applauded for his good looks and talent, but he's a liar and a genocidal racist. Lying, perjuring, genocidal racist.
To file restraining orders against that politician. I'm the rightful owner of the companies, of my mother and father and grandparents. And anybody saying differently has to leave. There's no way for somebody that thinks they're going to be the future owner of the company, because there's not. I'm the owner. And in reference to anybody slandering my character or abusing me or damaging things on my body, they have to get prosecuted, no matter who they are. And that's the facts. And in reference to rare genetic protection laws, why do you think people that have rare genetics or royal genetics have rights of protection from people that try to steal? What do you think these people would try to steal? Why do you think they'd try to steal genetics? Think of all the different reasons of why these people have done these things and what they were trying to gain, and what they were trying to steal, and what they were trying to do with their position of trying to steal my position.
Right.
Look how much money they try.
Yeah, we're not gonna let it happen, Tony. So I agree with Mike V. Nobody steals from Tony's perks and lies about it. The government man has the wrong guy on the wrong day, on the wrong time, and the wrong place for that. Yeah. So, it's a confirmed fact. Now, Mike V said it. No debating it. Yeah. So, yeah. Wrong day for that, brother. Wrong day.
Tried to steal. Look at how much land they tried to steal. Look at the things they've done with their abuses. It all has to be documented. Even the little information or notes that people might have in reference to the strange activities of these government people, things that don't make sense for why they thought they could do these things. These people thought corporations was slaves to politicians. No, that's not how things work in this country. There's term limits in government to limit political power, because people would come into this country and try to steal everything to try to make themselves richer, and they would try to make themselves owners of things they don't own. They would try to steal people's seniority. They would try to steal people's lives. They would try to steal people's bodies. Why do these people think they had any right attacking the country like it was some secret ghost war of their political party trying to murder off Americans?
Right. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Bro Dizzle says my house is paid, but I still have to pay my city 4 digits yearly to pick up my rubbish, as horse whatnot. And I agree. You know, government has enough money. You know, it should be an end to property taxes at some point. It should end when your mortgage ends after 30 years. Tony Chase agrees.
They're trying to murder off people. Why do these people think they had a right doing that? If anybody wants to elaborate on that information, go right ahead and make some videos. Put things on websites. The fact of the matter is, no matter who these people are, they thought their political title was good as money. I'm the owner of the companies. They're not for sale. They're not to sale to a politician. They're not for sale to a foreign person. They're not for sale to anybody of my own race. I'm the owner forever. So in reference to anybody's tricks or manipulations, those people have to go to court. Following things by law books. And when these people have tried to make up fabrications on me,
I say just skip the court, right to jail. You know what I mean? And no trial. Let's throw them in jail with no end date. That's how the new one world government should work.
they have to get prosecuted. See, they'll say, oh, they thought this. They were trying to start the process of law by accusing me of something. It's like, no. These people kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions over 33 years ago, around 33 years or something. And they made up lies the whole time. And everything they've said and everything they've done is a violation from the get-go, from the beginning of their tricks. And they even tried tricks back in the 80s. I want to know why the media hasn't done the story of when these people first kidnapped me. Who's covering it up? It needs to be a
we're gonna have to find that out. You know what I mean? So
public story. It needs to be a story in the media. And all the tricks that people have tried to say, making up lies on me, their abuses, their scams. People are violating the facts of stature. They're violating the facts of hierarchy of the companies. And people need to get ordered into court. If anybody sent anything in the postal mail, I did not receive it. You need to make YouTube videos. If somebody sends me something in the postal mail, make a YouTube video about it. Say if somebody sent me a T-shirt, say, hey, Mark or little Walter or little Doris, I'm a child of my mother and father or whichever. Some places call me they call me Mark because I'm being held hostage under the name Mark. They're messing with my mouth. Or some people call me little Walter, or some people call me little George, or some of my family names and family history, because I have to carry all the names because I'm the only child of my parents, unless
I guess his name allegedly is Mark Ray. He'll go nuts if you say that name, though.
Living relative of my biological parents. So in reference to the information, I have to carry the names. So, and the family tree information. So in reference to these people, they're messing with my throat, trying to make me talk real blah, 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 like that. But anyways, make YouTube videos about it. If you know anything or have anything to say about, something good or something that bad people tried to do at the companies or people tried to manipulate.
Yeah, we'll have to, give it a shot. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Be honest about things, talk about things. And, I know things about gossip. So I know people say lots of different things. Some things are important. Some things are less important. Some things are more important. But, go ahead and make videos, talk about things. And, there's supposed to be debates about this on television, especially when my parents own TV stations and radio stations, which I'm the owner of. and newspapers and websites. There should be so much information people putting out there, analyzing what these people have tried to do, what they've tried to get away with, what kind of people these people are, lazy, criminals, manipulators, tricksters, and, anybody that wants to say something about their tricks. And the activity of my family.
Right. Yeah, I agree with Mike V too. Anyone that disagrees, you'll have a prison sentence with no end date. You know what I mean? So it's just the way it's got to be.
Family history and my activity as an athlete or a ballerina or as a supermodel, and these stalkers damaging my face and damaging my teeth, causing a problem for my race. I don't socialize with none of these people. Not allowed to. They've already displayed their crimes. They've already displayed their abuses. And it is treason. And it's a violation of law for their ways of trying to control things that don't belong to them. It's communism. It's socialism. It's conformity crimes. Like, say, for instance, somebody from another race, say somebody from Germany came into America and said they didn't
watch out for Germany.
Like the way Americans looked. So then they started warping and damaging their faces and teeth, trying to change.
I think they tried that, Tony.
A person's looks to steal their money or to steal their land or to make them look unattractive, so somebody else of their race could try to steal popularity by trying to rag out another person, like they're trying to junk a car, like they're beating up a car, and then somebody drives up in a brand new one, where they tried to ruin a person's life by beating them up and torturing them and mutilating them and stealing body parts from them, ragging out their life, and then somebody's going to be like, wow, look at that one. That one's been through hell.
Yeah, it's definitely unacceptable.
Oh. And then the next one shows up, and it's one of their race or their people thinking that they're the new shiny car after they've tore up another car trying to junk it, as if it was like them tearing up a person's looks, a person's life, a person's identity. Like they're trying to steal relations from that person, ragging out a person's life. That's treason. That's crimes of government and haters. So those people need to get ordered into court for their crimes.
Right. I think we will end the video there.
Internet.
Yeah, so yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's good for today, I think, guys. You know what I mean? Want to thank everyone. Let's do a little roll call. Melvin, thanks for being here. Brother Fro, always great to see you. Who else we got here? Dabble Dale, always a pleasure. Tickle John, great to see you. Frank, how you doing? Dr. Huge. And Mike V, always a pleasure. Of course. Rick, how's it going, brother? All right, AB, how you doing? Yeah, we're just ended AB. Sorry you missed it. We can rewind it and whatnot. Yeah. We watched some videos. I still have to work on the Dodge, so, can't really be here all day. You know what I mean? So the wife wanted me to catch up on some yard work. I told her it wasn't going to happen. She went nuts. But I digress. Like I said, I want to thank everyone for being here. And, just don't forget. Right, Rick, Dodge is always, well, this is a 72 Dodge. It's a model before catalytic converters or computers, so it's not bad, but it needs to be tuned up. The carburetor needs to be adjusted. You know what I mean? So it's one of those deals. But Hit like and subscribe on the way out if you didn't. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you very much. This has been OJ in the morning, brother.